Laugh Out Loud with Dave and JJ.
Yeah, I was watching it too. I don't get that guy. What's up with that?
The reggae version thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucked.
That's not. We're not taping this yet, are we, Karen?
Oh no, Dave, we're not.
Yeah, that means
But
we are.
I mean, you can give your opinion. It wasn't very good.
I have to tell you, the Twitter thing's working, eh?
It'll be a lot easier for me when I have more going on, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be just so random as, wow, I just got back from Chick-fil-A and their sweet tea is yum. You know, I just, it's just, you know, because you don't want to bore people like, oh my God, this is the most horrendous thing I've ever been on, and just, you know, go on to see what, you know, one of these guys that just got done singing is doing. But
you probably owe me a drink, because for everyone that follows you, I get an email. So if you think your other email account was like frozen, every day I come home I'm like, okay, who's following JJ now?
And I was like, well, holy cow! I mean, we've just barely started within the last couple of weeks, and you know, at the time I said, you know, there's like only 150, but you know, just trying to make it exciting, and maybe we can get it stretched out to where it's something huge.
I think it's, you know, like Karen and I alluded to, you know, a few weeks ago, that it's something that we need to do, and took it upon ourselves to push the buttons and make it happen. And like I said, I was just researching the numbers and went in to look, and like I said, 208 followers in just 2 weeks. 30 groups have tagged you with over 4,545 members. So that's pretty awesome in 2 weeks. People want to know what you're up to.
Sure. Well, where it really got me was I had sent something on a Twitter that I was going to watch the USAC midget race from Las Vegas, I think it was. And during the broadcast on the computer, there's a instant message board on the bottom corner. Mm-hmm. And there was someone who had gone on there asking about JJ. And someone wrote back on this, oh, well, you know, on his Twitter account, he said he was going to be watching this also. And they were talking about a different JJ altogether, but, you know, it was, you know, a race fan who was obviously one of the 208 that follows, that knew that I'd, you know, put something across there that, you know, I was like everyone else being a race fan, just watching it on TV. So
that's pretty cool. So I think I think Twitter's working, and we'll keep plugging away at you know, doing what we're doing, and people want to hear what you're doing. So, and you know, I saw recently that you just you plugged in that you're working on a handshake deal to run the Bristol Nationwide race. You should know later today. Anything new on that?
I spoke with, his name is John Cohen. He owns the 58 car.
Okay.
I think Josh Wise ran the car. They ran maybe a handful of races last year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what their best finish was. I know that they made all the race for Homestead. They missed the Homestead race, and I'm not sure who drove it there.
Okay.
But I'm going over there in the morning. Tommy is a crew chief, and I guess he used to be at Roush back in the day when they used to run the 9 Nationwide car, or Busch car back then.
I remember that, the game car.
So they're working on, you know, I guess originally they had planned on trying to run Bristol, and then thought, you know, John had said that, you know, they just couldn't get a driver, and Todd Hirschfeld, who is here in Charlotte, who's been trying to help kind of drum up something. I said, well, I mean, there's plenty of drivers available. I mean, that's not a big deal. And I think this gentleman has part ownership in a jean company.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I kind of fit the demographic of what they're trying to do, as well as just from my experience and things. So, like I said, I'm going to head over there in the morning, get a seat fitted. They're going to try to get the car all buttoned up and finished. It's going to roll out by at least 10 o'clock on Thursday in order to make it up to Bristol in time for unloading and inspection.
Yeah, because I am looking at the entry list for Bristol, and it's nothing's on there as of yet. So.
Correct. Yeah, it was after 5 o'clock whenever we were going back and forth.
Well, that's great news. I can tell you a little bit of history on the 58, just in NASCAR in general, between Sprint and NASCAR or Nationwide / Busch. Is the last time it was in Victory Lane was with Johnny Allen and won at Winston-Salem, June 16th, 1962. So it's been a while since it saw the checkered flag. So right off the top of my head, I told you I was getting prepared.
That was impressive.
There we go. And you know what? I won't even use the line that Bill Werbert says. You don't have to research it because I've already done it. So there's probably a patent on that. So
Probably.
Yeah, but just because we're talking racing, quick drop on the Edwards Keselowski NASCAR penalty. What's your feeling on that?
As far as 3-race probation?
Yeah.
Or the fact that he did it?
Well, I mean, Keselowski is obviously, it seems to have a little bit of a path with rubbing people, maybe on the wrong side. I look at him and I kind of see a Harvick from the 2003 when him and Biffle used to go at it, and then him and Ricky Rudd when I was in Richmond for that weekend when Sauter got hit by Rudd, and then Harvick went after Rudd over the hood on pit road after the race, and the same weekend him and Biffle got into it on pit road. So I see Keselowski's making friends with Denny. That started last year, and it seems that him and Edwards have a little something, and I'm a little stunned by the penalty, that's all.
Well, I mean, they can't do anything because they made such a big deal in their media blitz about they're putting it back in the driver's hands.
Yeah.
It's all action. So how do you go and say, okay, you're going to get penalized whenever we made, a week-long media hoopla about, we're going back to old school, drivers go out there and they don't like something, they're in charge. Well, for Keselowski to say, I lifted and tried to let him in. He never slowed down. He hit him.
Yeah.
People got, and obviously it helps Carl because he has a good reputation.
Yes. Yeah.
Kind of a hothead, yes, but I mean he is a fan's driver because he is such a down-to-earth, cool guy.
Yeah.
What my problem with the whole thing is, and especially with people in media, because media can make it look one way or the other.
Right.
If you go back to the California Nationwide race, they're coming to the checker. Logano drives back on the outside of Keselowski. He's going to finish third. Keselowski turns right halfway down the straightaway. There's no way that he is going to door draft his way back up past him.
Yeah.
He hangs a right, catches Logano on the left for quarter pounder, spins him out. It's the same exact thing, only the Nationwide cars don't flip over like a Cup car because of the wing and the way the air builds underneath the back of the car. The same exact thing happened. Nothing was ever said about it by anyone. It was just a great race, and Logano spins to the infield. They made a bigger deal about Biffle bouncing off him down the back straightaway than blatantly getting spun out down the front straightaway by Keselowski. The same thing happens, and now the world's going to come to an end because it's a dangerous thing. It's no different. Same guy, but it's the shoes on the other foot, and I don't like how some of that stuff gets handled.
Yeah, well, it definitely in the media does have a lot to do, and how they portray things, and the multiple different angles, and making the comments of Carl should have wore black gloves, and sawing back and forth on the steering wheel, and that's where they get their ratings from, right? Pushing, and then everybody waits till Tuesday. They wait till Tuesday till the penalties are released, and then everybody goes, well, that wasn't enough. So
sure. Well, and he never made it sound like he didn't intentionally try to do it. He just said, well, I was, I didn't mean for him to flip, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
But, he was trying to get the point across of, you're in a race a certain way, it's going to come back and bite you in the butt.
Yeah. That's, and I guess that's fair, right? You're racing people the way that they're racing you. So the other thing I found neat was the article in NASCAR Illustrated. And did you know that it was actually being written?
Yeah, I spoke with, I can't remember the gentleman's name that wrote the article, but I spoke with him for about 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I still haven't read it, but I did a short little interview with him.
That's very, very interesting, and I thought nice article. Unfortunately, up here we don't get that at very many newsstands. So I'm hoping that someone saves me one when I get down to Charlotte in May. So